Personal Log, Stardate 00481.3. The colony planet Eriska IV has requested assistance in settling a salvage dispute with, of all sentients, the Romulans. Ironically, the Romulan salvage ship Adjutant has requested assistance in settling a salvage dispute with the inhabitants of Eriska IV. As the new executive officer of the Webster, the task has fallen upon me to resolve the dispute. This ought to be interesting.
Ready to transport, Commander?
Ready as will ever be. Energize.
You'll be fine.
This looks like a cheap hotel.
Might as well be comfortable. Oh, there's turtle hair everywhere.
There's so much red here. It's a bad color for them.
Gentle beings, I thank you for your presence here. I'm Commander Dawson, Executive Officer of the Starship Webster. This is Lieutenant Madigan, and this is Lieutenant Kelly.
We are so pleased that you responded to our distress call. However, we are disappointed that your captain couldn't make it here.
I'm perfectly capable of handling this matter, Captain...
Crocutus. Potentus. Computanus.
I believe they were responding to my request, Captain.
You are responding to both requests.
I gave the distress call. I am captain of the Alyssa. That wrecked cargo ship out there is of Romulan Empire property, known as the Alyssa. I want compensation. This little dirtball that we're on.
Not so fast. That ship crashed on our planet. No crew. Therefore, it was abandoned. Thus, we have full rights to salvage.
The crew radioed their distress and were unable to get out safely.
We never got a distress call.
So you say?
You calling us liars?
Stop right there, everyone. You requested our assistance in this matter, and that's what you're going to get.
The site is secured, sir. The Eriskans and the Romulans have been escorted off the vessel.
And with phasers pointed at our backs.
Considering the fuss you put up, it should have been in restraints.
The cargo that remains. I expect all that was liberated to be returned to us.
Minus landing fees, of course.
Landing fees?
Captain Crocutus.
It's no longer in orbit now, is it? It's landed. Well, sort of landed. Therefore, landing fees. And that crash damaged a nice bit of real estate. It'll take a fair amount of work to repair that environmental and property damage. So damage fees as well.
You dare!
As you were.
Crocutus, sit now. Rifkin, when our examination is complete, I will determine fair fees and restitution, including how much is returned. Is that understood?
Well, I did call you in to settle this kerfuffle, so I guess I have to agree to it.
I concur. Your assistance was requested, But I expect a fair settlement.
Agreed. Fair and equitable fees, payments, and returns. Dawson to Webster. Transporter room?
Webster here, Commander. That was quick. Ready to beam up?
Negative. KCO site-to-site transport. Beam us directly to the Romulan cargo ship.
Acknowledged.
Report.
I can see why the Romulans want to get this cargo back. According to the ship's record, 5 of the holds are full of Romulan smoulder plant. That's hundreds of crates. That's enough Romulan tobacco to give billions of people lung disease.
Stuff is hazardous. What's it doing in Federation space?
Smoulder plant is toxic to humans and Andorians, but other sentient beings use it for religious and recreational purposes. According to the ship's logs, the Romulans do have those special permits in place to ship to those specific planets in Federation territory, as well as the appropriate safeguards.
Smolder plant only grows on a few planets, most in the Romulan and Orion territories, so that makes it really worth its weight in credits.
So how much is that worth?
On the black market, between 5 and 6 million.
Each hold.
That's a lot.
Yes, sir.
How much is missing?
Comparing the manifest with the salvage inventory, 1 hold.
I can see why Crocutus is a little upset.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, drop the other shoe, Madigan. What was in those 15 other cargo holds? How much is missing? And how much is it worth?
Only the finest Romulan ale distilled. The good stuff that makes its way into the Federation when the higher-ups turn a blind eye.
Worth easily triple that of the smolder plant.
And we're missing enough to get an entire sector rip-roaring drunk on a month-long bender.
Well, hell.
About 5 million credits for the tobacco and about 60 million for the ale.
Ooh, numbers that high, I'll give you altitude sickness.
Man has his limits. So how do I figure out how to solve this, what did Rifkin call it?
A kerfluffle.
A kerfuffle.
This kerfuffle.
That's why you're in charge down here, Mr. Dawson.
You could be.
No thanks.
Gentle beings. I've had the ship investigated to determine the cause of the crash. Here are my findings. There were 2 dilithium crystals out of phase, causing a dissonance in the engine, which caused the crash. The crew did transmit a distress call.
As they reported, a message was sent.
But the crystal dissonance prevented the subspace transmission.
So we received no message.
The next person who interrupts will forfeit a substantial portion of the reparations and fees. Is that understood? Just nod if you understand. Good. First, I want every case of Romulan smoulder plant and Romulan ale returned, and I want them intact and sealed.
We had to check to see if the cargo was compromised. Sorry, Commander.
As I was saying, they will be intact. If opened, they will contain every leaf, every bottle, and the seals will be ready and available. Once I'm assured that the cargo is accounted for, then we will discuss restitution and fees. Any questions? Good. Let me know when the cargo has been returned.
We shall retire and allow you to get on with getting on this nonsense. This place. Yes.
I'll be back in my residence if you need me.
Is this why the captain sent me?
You didn't know?
Report.
We got the crates.
I didn't hear you say all, Jackson.
I didn't say all, John. We have all but half a crate of the smoulder plant. Doc Zephyr's been communicating with the hospitals. And there have been 2 Eriskans admitted with mild smolder lung. Yakimoto and her team have confiscated the rest. It's on its way here now.
Thank you. How much of the ale is missing?
5 crates.
Any chance of finding it?
We're getting close. If you hear a rebel yell, you'll know we found them.
A rebel yell?
You know, hooting and hollering.
What planet is he from again?
Does this mean that you're in the Tal Shiar?
You are mistaken. There is no such thing.
Right.
Where is Computanus?
She made an error in her math.
Well, you have all that you wanted. All the crates. 5 were broken, shattered.
There were no glass shards or crate fragments on the hull deck.
Oh, all right. They'll be here shortly.
Shortly. You see? He's trying to abscond with more again. Shouldn't blame him. It's the finest ale that we make, and you are a drinker. And drinkers drink my things. Commander, make it right.
When I make a request, I expect it to be honored. I'm sorry to report that there's been an accident. One of the crates was dropped and the contents damaged.
I assume the bumbling idiot will be thoroughly penalized.
You assume much. The incident was caused when our recovery team was attacked by an Eriskan Oliphaunt?
They're real big.
You should be thankful more wasn't damaged. As you can see, Crocutus, I've done everything I can to return all of your cargo. With the exception of 1 crate of Romulan ale and a half a crate of smoldering plants, you have your entire cargo.
Thank you.
Now, Crocutus, I've seen the damage that ship caused. Those misaligned dilithium crystals, that should have been caught. This crash should never have happened. According to my environmental officer, the damage to the environment will cost the equivalent of 2 crates of Romulan ale to repair. Now you can either pay in crates, or you can pay in Federation credits. Your choice.
Very well. Take your 2 cases, and we will be completed with this settlement.
Do you concur, Rifkin?
Well, yes. I agree that the settlement case is concluded.
I understand that the cargo has been transported to your vessel, all the crates have been resealed, and you have the correct permits.
Very well. We will leave this place immediately.
Pleasure doing business with you all. And a pleasure doing business with you, Dawson.
I'm sure.
Sir, your presence is requested on the Webster.
Dawson to Webster, 1 to beam up.
Acknowledged.
Pity he had to go. We could have toasted to the conclusion with this marvelous ale.
Not so fast. There is still the small consideration of our fee.
Your fee? Never.
Fee.
If I have to call Dawson back down here, I will, but he won't be very...
Oh, very well. How much?
Have a case.
Done.
That's enough. So I was thinking we move these 2 sections.
The Romulan salvage ship is on its way, and the colonists have sent for environmental support to repair the surface.
Indeed.
What are we going to do with half a case of prime Romulan ale?
Could Captain Prescott use 4 bottles?
Better make it just 2. Any more, he may start asking questions.
Can't have that.
And the broken case?
What if we work out a plan to share some of it with the crew?
I like it. "99 bottles of ale on the wall, 99 bottles of ale. If one of those bottles should happen to fall, 98 bottles of ale on the wall."
Next time, I'm the colony leader.
Let's hope there's not another next time.
Madigan, what the heck is that?
It's an Oliphaunt.
It's really